it would help if I added myself to the stage. Greetings. Did anybody hear me? Here we go. Sorry, did I not put myself on the stage? Could you hear me? It's okay. My eyeballs are freezing. My eyeballs are exploding. There's just so much energy going out around at the moment. Anyway, I wanted to just work quickly again to remind us of this incredible Bhagwa, and that we're working through it right now as a it's like a mini hero's journey, and it just keeps going round and round and round again. It's like, I mean, we shouldn't be going around in circles. Life should be just this incredible transformation coming in a spiral, either coming down or going up or doing both. Yeah. Thank you, Scotty. Yeah, I didn't put myself up there. It's okay. It's all good. I'm feeling, yeah, just not overwhelmed, just like there's a lot of energy happening right now. And I think all these time changes and not knowing where the time is right now is a little crazy. Okay, so hopefully you've got one of these. And if you remember, we work with the family of life. So Josh, when you're doing another Akashic record, maybe we can connect with it. So because this is the Akash with the family of life that we're born here, it comes from the ether, or the wood element is the Akashic element. So we're born into this family of life, which teach us all sorts of things upon this planet. Usually very deep spiritual things, our deep spiritual lessons we learn. And then we move into the element of 4, which is the element of wealth and the element of our earthly prosperity and blessings and prayer. And we make a living for ourselves. We do learning, self-evolvement. And then we move down through to the 5, which, if you remember, is the shoe hits the thing. This is when the shit hits the fan. You can be having this incredible, wonderful life, and for no particular reason, you just decide that you want to throw it all up. Everything just starts spinning. It's like this is whether you have a spiritual awakening or just an awakening in life. This is going to happen, and things just start falling all over the path. Then we move down. Once we've moved through the 5, we move into the 6, helpful people. This is our right. This is the star. This is the plan it should take. Yeah? Then we move into the space of helpful people, angels, mentors. Somebody in your life will help you. You will maybe read a book that will change your life and set you on a whole new path of for your future. Creativity, children, you adopt that kind of warrior spirit. You get a little bit crazy, you can be incredibly brave, you can kind of climb all sorts of mountains and do those wonderful, great things. Then we move into our spirit element of 8, which is self-evolvement, knowledge, self-knowledge, self-awareness. It's a little bit of like, who am I? I'm like amazing. I'm here on this planet. I have something. We will usually learn a little bit more about something that we've picked up over here that we want to do. So we will start researching another topic. If it's in a spiritual level, or maybe you learn another language, it's something that will support you. Then we moved into the spirit of fame and recognition, which was last week, which was fire, which is the divine masculine. It's the main, the space of also the phoenix and of rebirth. But at the same time, Josh, interestingly, bit your tongue. It's the space of the tongue. It's the space of fire element. It's speaking your truth. It's recognizing a little bit of who you are. You want to be something in the world. You want to leave your mark in the world. Yeah, so I keep saying every week is please just use the be doodling, be writing, because this is going so fast. And the quicker that we can pick it up and write little bits or doodles for ourselves, the quicker we're going to keep going through this transformation. because it's like it's been plugged in right now. You know, the motors are turning and heating up, and yeah, it's time to put on your flying suit or get on your mouse or your magic carpet or whichever one it is. Um, I really felt this last week that there was really this beginning of the shedding of the skin of old things. But I'll just go through it just now. That I'm doing, hopefully doing it quite easily. Yeah, we're all going through it because of all this Venus retrograde and Saturn moving into Mars, into Aries. Oh, there's so many things happening out there in the universe. But what I wanted to, and I didn't mention last night, what's really important is that we're moving into the space of the divine feminine. So hopefully our masculine has matured a little bit here and is taking on his gung-ho attitude and leaving space for the feminine to actually grow and taking on his divine responsibilities, yeah, within himself, yeah, opening the heart, speaking his truth. I always said that before all this thing of the Magdalene energies, but I always just, for me, I just said that Jesus came. Jesus was a woman in a man's body because he couldn't come in a woman's body at that time. Obviously, we've all moved on and there's a lot more knowledge out there at the moment, but that was because he had so much compassion and love. But yeah, Jesus was very male, which is that divine love and compassion, which the West really missed a lot. I mean, we're not supposed to cry or to be sweet and soppy, or real men don't eat quiche. Yeah. So what happens now is that we go back through this mess. If you remember, yeah, this was when the shoe hit the thing. Fatima, you've come to have more birthday greetings and party. Thanks for sharing your birthday party wishes with us here. Awesome. So great to have you here. So here, you're just in time to hear this, Fatima. Because last week we were working with the 9, the fire element. And here we're picking it up again, but we're picking up the pieces that really spun out. And it's like making more coherence with our life. We don't kind of quite know yet what we're doing, but we're picking up the pieces and yes, I want this. No, I don't want that. Yes, I want this. Yes, I can work on that. And it's beginning to come into a bit of coherence, which this week we're working into the divine feminine. It can be quite dark. Just think, if yesterday was also the International Women's Day, I posted quite an interesting picture on my channel, which was like, if you just think of how many different women there are, just without, I mean, they're nuns and they're African women and there are Muslim women and they're Jewish women, and the women are really sacred and very special and hold a lot in each culture. Yeah. So just, stop to think of the women that you have known in your life, whether for better or for worse. Yeah. If it's for worse, just let it go quickly. I'll work with that again quickly, how I'm working with it right now, because I really don't want to stick with stuff. I want to just say in greetings, hi, thank you for stopping by. And just get writing, because this is going to really be opening up your path of life. And it might just be that you've just got to like emanate and be this wonderful, sparkly person that goes to the supermarket and hangs up crazy, colorful washing on their veranda. Not everybody's running around doing different, doing things. Yeah. Some of it, for me right now, it was just something really interesting. So anyway, work with this. Please be writing, because it's deep into the divine feminine. I just saw something really interesting. They've written a book. There's a huge book on nuclear science coming from India, And they've actually put Kali on the cover, which I think is really interesting. It's a very science book. There's some really interesting stuff going to come from India, or wherever you feel like going on this journey. And then it just be prepared with this water energy, this feminine, because then we're moving into, which will be round about solstice, we'll be moving into the divine relationship again up there, the divine blending of man and female. And then we come back down again to the family. So we just keep going up and up and up on the spiral. I do think it will still be working, this plan. It was very old. It's like over 5,000 years old. And I do believe that it will still work in this, with the new energies about. So tons and tons and tons of so much new energy. And it's what is really happening. And well, lots of things are happening. I said there with this shift and these new energies, it's really this calling to work with our light bodies and to embrace that light body. I've been really stressed about it for not my light body, but where the planet is, the western side of the planet. There's been so much bickering and arguing and way too much discussion and not enough just simple action that we just move on with life. You know? We're all guilty of it, liking to wallow a little bit too long in our self-pity, in our well, it gives us something to do, and it strokes our traumatized egos, because most of us, you know, everybody has trauma from their childhood, just some have more than others. Yeah. And yeah, it's a very competitive culture, the Western culture, but I'm not going to go into that right now. You know it was, well, maybe I should, but not quite today. So what is really happening right now is that there's just this huge and so much abuse. I mean, I haven't touched Egyptian stuff. I opened it up and I sealed it up. I mean, I used to play Egypt dead, 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 and rising up out of my sarcophagus when I was a child. But when I went down there, and it's just so corrupt. And I was just listening to somebody, and I just thought, oh God, somebody's actually said. She said she couldn't go when she went to Egypt. She just vomited. She couldn't go through anyway. She's an incredibly big teacher, and she's really opening and holding a lot of the gates right now. But she said for the first couple of times she would just be literally violently ill because of the amount of magic spells and corruption that were there. But a lot of that, and that's up until quite recently, but a lot is being cleared, but obviously not everything. It's, you know, you don't just think a little, not too long, don't dwell too long as to how abused that system became. First from within the priest clan also became very abusive, and it's because it's very, very high magic. Just something I did mention. I've mentioned it a few times before, but maybe nobody's heard me. One of the things that really just it bothers me with everybody's into Egypt, so many people, and most of you, I'm sure, have heard of Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet. He could have left so much behind. Did you know that even the formula for Coca-Cola is in the pyramids, complete with cocaine? But a lot of the things that he was also channeling were, the walls are just completely filled with healing formulas and medical formulas. And he was bringing forth so many of these. Unfortunately, it was during the war, and many people were like really, really stressed and worried about their children that were in the war, and that he was inundated with having to channel and find these children and make sure that they were okay. It's the human condition, so maybe if you hear what I'm saying, he who has ears can hear, um, instead of going for the bigger picture. But still, what bothers me just a little bit is there's so much of this opening up, but none of this basic medical healing, simple things. And they were like really simple, his healing formulas that he channeled through from ancient Egypt, which were, as I say, all written on the temples. There's so much written on those temples. We have a temple in Berlin. It's I haven't been to Egypt. One day maybe I'll go. Yeah, he was indeed. Yeah, Edgar Casey was truly a huge master. Um, and also like I was just lucky when I was in Josh was talking about library books. When I was in America, when I lived there, I was in Los Angeles, and it's a huge library downtown LA. And there was just a whole floor dedicated to esoteric stuff. I was in absolute heaven. And I just gobbled up. I mean, I'm very blessed that I do have a photographic memory and I could read very quickly. But I would take out my prescribed, how many was it? Was it 24 books that every 2 weeks I could take out? Just like, yeah, so I read whatever I could on whatever I could. That was part of the reason I went to America, was that I wanted to work like Edgar Casey or more like these Russian people that I worked with. But they couldn't explain how they worked because they were Russian. They didn't speak much English. But they did do a lot of the work. They were very psychic. Anyway, cleaning up the light body and cleaning the chakras, turning them around, and putting us all back together again. And then working with food. Food is so important. Remember, we are what we eat. Just do the best that you can and listen to ourselves. Things are moving so incredibly quickly. And putting ourselves, I wanted to just show you here. Let's just see, can I do this? Yep. So this is Metatron's cube. I also I pulled away quite a bit from Metatron, because if you actually read the book of Enoch, there's some things that he really shouldn't have done, yeah, and created a lot of problems in our Western society. He, I'm just trying to think what the other things are. He taught us magic. We shouldn't have done magic. Gave us the skills to do magic. Gave us the formulas for makeup and perfumes. The West, not the East. We weren't ready to cope with some of this stuff. I can't remember right now, but there were quite a few. So I pulled away a lot from the Metatron stuff, and it's just coming back to me, coming up for me at the moment. I'm just trying to just be honest, open with things. But sometimes we need to just, be careful of too much magic. Yeah. And it was actually a wonderful thing. I was talking of magic. It's very much the African, the Egyptian stuff is very much African. It's their stuff. It's just how I kind of feel about it. And just an interesting way of clearing. I was speaking to somebody I know from Nigeria here, and they're very strict here. You're not allowed to do any of that stuff. But it was interesting because we were talking about the elements of the hand, and because she was standing outside and she was doing this to the sun, and then she came back, and we drop a couple of words with each other every now and again, or she'll say things like, this person does way too much incense, and she doesn't do it in the right way. It's like they're very in tune. And I said, what were you doing? Were you talking to the sun? She said, yes, of course, why not? So she's not trained. This is just everyday thing. And but she was just talking to somebody else who'd been followed a few times by somebody, and she said, "No, there's obviously you need to do some clearing." And I thought this was just so simple and so nice. Is she said, take some sea salt water and do it 3 times. I'm thinking she's going to sprinkle or she's going to. No, it was so simple. She said, you rinse your mouth out with it. And you just ask to be healed and to remove negativity. And then you spit that water out, obviously either down the toilet or somewhere in the garden because it's really toxic. And then you do that 3 times. And I would just seal myself up after that. And she said, and then don't forget to talk to the sun. I just loved that. She was like, so she said, you talk to the sun either like this or like this because that's your fire finger. So we were talking fingers. So I really like that simplicity of clearing with the salt water. It's like so shamanic, yeah. We were just talking about that as well the other day. We hang on to all our trauma for way too long. Yes, we've had a lot of trauma, yeah. Um, but yeah, the shamans would just like suck it out of you, spit it out, and off you go, guys, and make some magical herbal concoction for you, and tell you to do something for 3 days or for 1 week, and carry on. Yeah. Mm. So we're moving into a space of just like dropping, 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 and the space of this incredible light body that we are working with. Anyway, back to this. You can work with Metatron's cube, which is just absolutely wonderful as the macabre or moving in, which I said is if you stand in the center of it, put it on the ground and stand in the center and visualize the pillars spiraling up around you. When I'm hitting negative spaces or old memories, and they're coming fast, guys. They are really coming fast. I just put them in this vortex anti-clockwise. I give it thanks, lots of gratitude, give it lots of love, and let it go. I want to just talk, and I'm jumping a bit, but hopefully that these are helpful for people about unconditional love. I've really, really, really had to work hard with it. These last five years, besides the stuff that happened in South Africa and to my mother, here every corner for me was the abuse that my son had to suffer when he was here. So it's been really, 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 really hard. They take mobbing to like another level here. So I've had to really like work hugely with the heart. For me, it was just pouring out this beautiful, incredible pink energy whenever I could think about it. It took a lot of hard work. So I just offer that to you when you're having negative thoughts about somebody or coming up with any issues and they're going to come up fast, guys, that you just surround it with as much love, however you pour your love out. Just expand your heart and just pour love to that person, even if you don't feel like it or into that situation or you feel like you're an absolute fake by doing this. Just pour it out. It'll move very quickly. I said like 3 days at the moment. It's even faster. If you do something for 3 days, you've almost sealed it in your being. So if you're wanting to do things new, and there is hardly any time to waste. It's really just quick, guys. It's really so flipping quick. Just right, and you're going to see we're moving into solstice soon, 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 and then we've got the Easter time upon us. And yeah, just work through this, dwell a little, take a little bit of time just to think about this incredible Bhagwa that we have. And remember, we start with number 3 and to see how we're working through the hero's journey. So don't like skip a point. You can sit in your home with it. You can sit with it as as a workbook, as a piece of paper, obviously to work with it through your home is very much more supportive. Yeah. Yay, Saint Germain. I'm so glad we have Saint Germain. Thank you, Josh, and thank you for Raphael. So that's what I've really been doing. That was actually last week. But things are just moving so incredibly fast. So I'm going to just inspire you a little. Just remember, whatever you're doing, just remember to protect in the morning. But if you work with Metatrons Cube, you're going to be bringing in this incredible protection. You'll be bringing in your light body. I find it a little bit, I do it, but it's a little complicated. I've got an easier one. So, oh, the other thing that was just so interesting is we're not going to get out of here without our light bodies. So we are changing, the DNA is changing, but yeah, but it's sometimes how do you do it? So it's go back to the ancients, and maybe you don't want to do that. So you'll find somebody that will teach you, or you'll find the right teacher that will guide you, bits and pieces down the road. One of the interesting things with the Tibetans and the Dalai Lama, to reach enlightenment with bringing the light body. Nobody taught them. I found this really, there's nothing written how to do it. I mean, obviously meditation, our will, and that we wish it with all our heart, that we want to ascend, that we want to move forward, that we want to get rid of the shit. And sometimes maybe you're not feeling it, just keep saying it, it will eventually come, and quite quickly, yeah. That's why the Indians have so many amazing gods and goddesses, because one of those gods and goddesses is going to satisfy your need for that moment, yeah. I was just reading these, even an Auntie Lakshmi. She was born, it's her alter ego. And many people actually worship her, pay homage to her, so just so that they don't want the anti-Lakshmi in their life. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, there's just so much wisdom and sensibility in that. So, yeah, light bodies. Yes. So, how did they do it? I think it was what's his TV channel, Saint Germain, Jeffrey, whatever. And he was just saying that in all of this, wasn't that long ago, it was about 2 years ago, he was saying that in all this time of the planet, there are only like about 7,500 enlightened beings. It's terrifying. It's so sad. I mean, how many millions of people have come through this planet? And there's hardly anybody that actually pushed through to enlightenment. I mean, that was the whole of Osho's thing. There was nobody that could. They could teach him about enlightenment, but nobody was enlightened. It's really interesting. So anyway, we're moving, and I think Josh mentioned it. I've mentioned it. It's not about, well, it is about awakening the Kundalini, but it's about using that Kundalini. It's about living with this incredible living light up our back and opening up this chakra here as our little antennae, magnetizing to the earth and walking around in this incredible bubble of light. And how the Tibetans would actually embrace their light bodies. They would go to a cave which was filled with pictures and paintings of people with light body. It was filled with beauty. It was filled with images of the light body, and they would just meditate on those pictures and just absorb those pictures. So use that information how you wish. Just also so important to bring in an altar of some kind of reverence. You don't have to have pictures up. The Hindus say that that's with their images of their gods and goddesses. Within them is all the imagery that you actually need. I think it's the same with the Buddhist paintings. I just don't think that they're as easy to understand as the Hindu paintings are. The Hindus are just, you've got 4 arms, 5 legs, you're cutting blood, you're spitting blood, you're carrying blood. Yeah. You're blessing, you're riding a tiger, you're pouring gold out of your hands. Oh yes, exercise this, please. Whether you do Reiki or you don't do Reiki, just work hugely with just exercising this energy, so that when you're out, you're really just pouring this healing energy out wherever you go. It's also helpful when you've got too much energy built up in you, that you actually just pour this energy down to Mother Earth. She needs it. It's like if there's anything of little, we need to really just pour more and more and more of our love at any moment that we can, to empower and love and assist Mother Earth in this incredible transformation. We assist, as we do it for the planet or for other people, we're doing it for ourselves. So you can be totally selfish about it. Yeah, so just looking at beautiful images, beauty. I've actually just commented on somebody's page. I said, well, beauty is my religion, if I have a religion. And that is also, it's an old Navajo, I think it's a Navajo prayer, which is beauty before me, beauty behind me, beauty to the left of me, to the right of me, above me, below me, beauty surround me, beauty within me, beauty without. You can just look, I think it's Navajo, the beauty prayer. So one of the few things I did bring with me. I just always thought that was just so perfect, yeah. And it takes like 2 seconds to, that's why I love feng shui, because it's what is beauty, yeah. We're making choices about the beautiful things that we want in our life. So it's pouring more love. I'm seeing a lot. Last week I was seeing a lot of gold dust and big gold bubbles. This week it's been like a lot of like rainbows everywhere again. It fluctuates. I've done the rainbows before, but they were different. Now it's just rainbows everywhere. So I just empower them. I just put more energy on them, so that they just become stronger and brighter, and hopefully other people will see them as well. So this is half of our light body, angelic kingdoms. As I said to you before, the breathing, the wings are the hamsa. It's the breathing that we do up and down our spine, which connects at the medulla oblongata, which creates this aura of wings behind us. So sometimes if you know what you're doing or why you're doing it, it makes it more sense to do. These are just incredible versions of the light body. A little bit more detail. This is what I'm seeing a lot all over the place, these images all over. Our beautiful Ganesha. Don't go anywhere without Ganesha blessing. He's all over, from Japan to Indonesia to Sri Lanka, in all his manifestations. And remember, he also helps with the awakening of the base chakra, the root chakra. Yeah, and he's very grounded and loves to eat all his yummy sweet things. Been spinning into a thing called a white wormhole. So yeah, this started from it started long ago. My altar at the moment, feathers are huge messages. My altars, whenever I go out, I pick up stones or feathers or leaves or whatever. We've been really beautiful to have a lot of beautiful weather at the moment. And I think we all know that feathers are angel messages. So just acknowledge them and bring them into your life. Put them on your altar. Put them in a special place. Let them talk to you. Sit and meditate with them for a while. There's lots and lots of messages. So I hope this was helpful, that we need to really just work with our light bodies, just embrace it. Um, the road is just beginning, but it's going to go quick, slow. Yeah, I'm sure you. Hopefully, the tempo will calm down a little bit next month. This is a very, very hugely jam-packed month of planetary changes and new energies and 0 points and planets in a row and um, you kind of name it, we got it. Just remember to protect yourselves, to clear. I really love that thing with the salt water. I think it's just absolutely wonderful. It's just 3 times, let the negativity go, spit it out. Rinse your mouth, spit it out. And seal. It's like the egg ceremony. It's also something really beautiful. Don't forget your egg ceremony. Listening to yourself about what you need to move on to the next level. And it could just be like simple things like drinking water, writing in a journal, and listen. Yeah, listen. We all have problems listening. It just gets, the more we listen, the more rewards we get, and the more easier it becomes to listen. Let's just see if I got anything else that I wanted to share. Yeah, these are the incredible gates that we're going. This is part of, interesting for me was like a lot of the gate, the Giza gate, the king's chamber gate in Egypt is really opening. I mean, I knew it had to open for me well, it did open, but I closed it up so quickly a few years ago because it was so filthy and disgusting down there. So much abuse. So embrace this, which is the one that you can, these. This is half the macabre. I actually work with that triangle and then the bottom of the triangle. So it's a really very, very simple pyramid shape around me, 3-pointed pyramid. So it's 6 points, 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom. What is that called? It's not a tetra. Is it a tetrahedron? Or you can make it as complicated as you like. I just made it, but I've been working with this one for quite a while. Try and give yourself 10 minutes in the day just to put yourself in a macabre or in a light, this light vehicle, because these are our vehicles, and we will be able. And we're talking rubbish. Sometimes I think I sound like I'm talking absolute nonsense. Oh, golly. Oh, put yourselves in little bubbles because we're going to be traveling all over the universe in these bubbles, guys. So this is opening up the 12 dimensions. And wherever you want to go, you can go. I bilocate quite a bit to South Africa, but I want to be more clear about it. My wish, I want to do this in my body, body. I do it, and I know that I know that they know that I'm there. But I really, they visit me. But I really want to do this. I want to um, use my body to move. So these are just to be inspired. So yeah, these are those incredible little. It's half your macabre, and I hope it makes it easier for you. And just surround yourself with lots of light. Google some light body. I've got some here that I did do quickly. And then we've got stuff I did after this. This I did a while ago. So where am I? There we go. Let's just see, just to maybe give you guys a visual. Metatron's cube. Lots of protection putting it there. Oh, your chakras, guys. Yeah, you might also find work with the rainbow, but you might also find that when you're meditating, do spend like 5 minutes in stillness. Longer, obviously. As Osho would pull his hair out and say, what is it with the West with their 20-minute meditation? But you can do your 20-minute meditation. But 5 minutes is better than no meditation. Even 30 seconds when you're just standing at the bus stop or waiting in the queue at the checkout, you can just be still and go completely with it. These are good practices to be in this world, but not of it. You might find that your chakra system is also just working hugely with new codes, because we are working with a lot of new codes and energies coming in. Just accept them, try to draw them down, maybe write them down, do date it, so that you have a bit of a reference what's happening in your life and you can see what's happening. So this is if you want to work with the rainbows. These are what the rainbows look like in your body. They're all over, so you can just absorb them. Yeah. It comes hugely from the heart, emanates from the heart and then the head, your rainbow body, and just keep practicing. These guys, you don't get it once. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. The more you don't have to think about it, which means that you can think about it even more and make it stronger. Yeah. Or put yourself. This is that spinning macabre spin. I spin anti-clockwise, because time goes clockwise, and I feel that that's the way that we've been programmed into our energy field. You can put yourself within that macabre and off you go. But more and more. So it's not a one-off thing. It's something that we have to just really be working with and training ourselves more and more to do it. There's healing. The healing will just come out of this. Don't let yourself do wobblies, please, guys. Just remember the salt water. Hey, Chloe. Remember, crystals. You want to absolutely work with double terminated. Well, this is a double terminated crystal. Chloe, do you have any fluorite octahedrons? Are they octahedrons? They would be awesome. I have some somewhere. Or maybe she can get some. And it's a natural shape. It's not worked, and it is this shape. It would be awesome to work with one of those, because you could just visualize yourself. And they come in all those beautiful fluorite colors. Sometimes they're multicolored as well. They are octahedrons because they're 8-sided, and they look just like that. They're absolutely beautiful. You have one. Maybe just put it up on your website. I don't know what the price of them or the availability of them. I just find that the earth spits out all sorts of crystals as we need them, and then you'll go for a few years like having crappy rose quartz, and then all of a sudden everybody's spitting out beautiful rose quartz, all those fluorite octahedrons. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Chloe. Oh, many blessings, lots of protection. Put yourself in your octahedron. Keep your crystals, your protection crystals around you. Surround you in a beautiful bundle of light, and pour lots and lots of unconditional love to everybody at the funeral. And you can leave some there for the people that come afterwards. Oh, my ears are ringing. So thanks, everybody. If there are any questions, as I've said as often as, and gratitude. So even when Josh was just saying this earlier as well, it's one of our biggest tools for transformation. It's forgiveness, unconditional love, and gratitude. Those are the 3 main components that we need for transformation, and constantly, because remember, as we're ascending, and we're ascending more, and we're just working tighter and tighter with this light body. You don't have to. We're going to see you, we're going to move on anyway. This is just if you want to utilize some of this knowledge and some of this, hopefully, wisdom. That is wisdom. Bathing, obviously, I try to keep it simple, practical secrets. Otherwise, we can get inundated. You should be able to think of it within a couple of seconds. And don't forget to do some yoga or some Tai Chi, just a little bit of movement. Wriggle those hips around, get that Kundalini energy really moving at the bottom. Remember your spine to keep it as straight as possible so that the energies can move up and down easily. Breathe up and down your spine, up into the my medulla oblongata. The mouth of God has been, it's the second, it's happened before, more than once. But maybe I just notice it now. It is so itchy. I don't know what's happening. Well, I do know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. But it's really just like something's opening up. And trust yourself. Listen to yourselves, and if you have a brain, use it. Quite simple. And above all else, kiss. Keep it sweet and simple. So that's any questions. Anybody want to write any questions out there? Just don't go down too many. Don't go down too many rabbit holes. There's lots of poop. That's why I'm feeling like really I'm very pressured to share this, because we need the protection. We need to start practicing this stuff for ourselves as soon as possible, and to get ourselves into protection. And it's like, however you do it, make fun games for yourself. Step into it. Open the door. Step into it. Let the spirit lead you. Yeah, as to how you need to do it. And just trust yourselves, because you are it, guys. We are all it, and it's written. We're like in a time clock where things are going off, what's been programmed in us. So it's just we walking time capsules. So it's just clicking off inside of us. So the quicker that we work with some of this stuff and here, and we're going to make mistakes, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, but above all else, trust yourself. Yeah. So I love and leave you. I'm going to seal up. Any questions? And just thank everybody for being here, and hope this was helpful and inspiring, and see you definitely in the astral, in your little vehicles. Have a look at some old pictures. There's some beautiful old Western art where these people are sitting from like the fifth. I can't remember who it is now. From the 15th, 16th century, hundreds, where these people are sitting in these macabre bodies, traveling around. And they're like they're in plain sight. It's the adoration of the magi. These little guys riding around in their spaceships. So just be aware, the universe will lead you to some of these crazy pieces of art, which aren't so crazy. They were not figments of people's imagination. They were drawing what they were seeing. Yeah. It's interesting in Turkey and in Greece, but more in Turkey, in the old chapels, they're the dog people. They're dogs, but they walk around on two legs. And oh God, let's not even go there. We are not who we think we are. And so get prepared. Our brains are going to be blown apart. Everybody. There's such energy, interesting energy, not just all this disclosure stuff, just our creation. Anyway, I love and leave you guys. I'm going to head over to Tibet a little later on and spend the evening in the company of the Himalayas and some snow bunnies. Join Scotty's dust bunnies under the bed. So, Lindsay, love you so much, my sweetheart, at 5:55, my most beautiful number at the moment. And Chloe also at 5:55. Thank you, guys. It's a good time. I begin my day at 5, officially at 5:55. Mm. Oh, grace and so much beauty to the Holy Blessed Mother, the Holy Goddess of all good things. Yeah. Ugh, she hasn't revealed herself. That's the old text that she's only just starting to reveal herself to the planet. And the mother can be Jan. Remember, Jesus said was some of the last words that he also said before he said it's finished. He said, "Behold thy mother." Yeah. So I love and leave you with all good things and extra energy that's just pouring through the universe right now. We're just beautiful conduits of divine rainbow and golden energy, of healing, love, light, happiness, bliss, joy, truth. And thank you very much for Victor, and especially thank you for Josh and this beautiful, magnificent family. Thanks, everybody. And Fatima, you're heading in for day 3 of your birthday tomorrow, so we'll see you for a party update. Love you, everybody, guys. We'll see you with PG on Wednesday. Mwah.